जितनी मजबूत हुकूमत नवाज शरीफ को दोगे, आपके घर पे आपको सस्ता इलाज, सस्ती दवाई मिलेगी इंशाअल्लाह ताला।
मेरी अपनी कौम से जो मैं आज कहना चाहता था।
Pakistan, a South Asian nation of 241 million people, was born out of the partition of the Indian subcontinent in 1947. That year, around 12 to 15 million people fled their homes. For many, the direction they took depended on their faith. Hindus and Sikhs came together and separated from Muslims. Pakistan came into existence at midnight on the eve of August 14, 1947. British India was divided into two independent dominions, the Muslim state of Pakistan and the Hindu majority India. It's 77 years since the nation gained independence, but Pakistan has never really managed to overcome its economic and political crises. What, however, remains consistent in these 8 decades has been its powerful military. Pakistan has a long history of prime ministers unseated through staged coups by the army or by judicial powers. Not a single Pakistani Prime Minister has ever completed a full 5-year term. Each democratic hiccup has been followed by an extended period of military rule. So how does the Pakistan Army enjoy so much power in the country? Can a democratically elected leader ever change the trend in Pakistan's current scenario where the military always had an upper hand? What are Pakistan's internal problems? And why has no Pakistani Prime Minister ever completed a full 5-year term? Let's understand.
A major reason for this is the army's interference in politics for the last 70 years, which is unconstitutional. This is why, in February last year, the army, after great deliberation, decided that it would never interfere in any political matter. I assure you, we are strictly adamant on this and will remain so.
In November 2022, Pakistan's then Army Chief Qamar Javed Bajwa admitted that Pakistan's military had unlawfully meddled in politics for decades. In his farewell speech, General Bajwa promised that in the future, the army will steer clear of interfering in Pakistan's democratic functioning. But what happened just 6 months later gave a completely different picture. On the 9th of May 2023, paramilitary troops smashed their way into the High Court in Islamabad, caught Imran Khan and led him into a black van. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan was arrested. on charges brought by the National Accountability Bureau, the country's anti-corruption agency. The case related to the time when Imran Khan was Prime Minister of Pakistan. It revolved around an investigation conducted by Britain's National Crime Agency into laundered money by Pakistan's biggest property tycoon, Malik Riaz Hussain. Hussain allegedly gave the land to the Al-Qadir Trust that was set up by Khan's third wife, Bushra Bibi. Khan denied all charges and said the land had been donated for charitable purposes. On the morning of the 9th of May, Khan tweeted this. Hours after the video became public, the police arrested him in the nation's capital. Imran Khan's supporters argue that the arrest has little to do with corruption charges and everything to do with Khan's ongoing public battle with the army. It was the first time in Pakistan's history that protesters stormed the army headquarters in Rawalpindi and torched a corps commander's house in Lahore.
Corps commander घर का दरवाजा तोड़ के मेन अंदर जाके लोग गई हैं। कोई यहाँ पे नहीं रहा। ये देखें। ये अभी भी वक्त है।
Imran Khan.
Just over 5 years ago, in 2018, when the former cricketer was elected as the 22nd Prime Minister of Pakistan, his rival Nawaz Sharif was in prison. Now, in the 2024 elections, it is Imran Khan who is in prison and Sharif is contesting. This reversal of fortunes reflects the roller coaster ride that is Pakistani politics. At the heart of this chaotic political climate is the military's stranglehold on politics. The military has ruled Pakistan directly for over 3 decades and seen 4 military dictators. But in the recent past, the armed forces have preferred to exercise power from behind the scenes. As former Prime Minister Imran Khan sits in prison, convicted on charges of corruption and leaking state secrets, the military establishment is betting on a leader it dethroned not too long ago. Former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, whose brother Shehbaz led the most recent coalition government. There's just one question that lingers in the 2024 general election. Can Pakistan remedy the civilian-military imbalance?
As ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan seems to have run out of establishment's favor. When I say establishment, it is the military establishment that I'm talking about, or the Pakistan Army, which is the Lord of the Ring. Out of the 11 previous electoral exercises since 1970, 10 have been alleged to have been rigged by Pakistan Army, and all political parties have voiced a concern over it.
We've seen on a number of occasions in the past that in the months and weeks leading up to the election, the party that the military happens to not be comfortable with tends to suffer before the elections. The fact that one of the major parties in the country has been cut down to size in a big way suggests that it will be a flawed election at best and an unfree and unfair election at the worst.
The resolution for vote of no confidence against Mr. Imran Khan, the Prime Minister of Islamic Republic of Pakistan, has been passed by a majority of the total membership of the National Assembly.
Imran Khan, who was unseated by a 2022 parliamentary vote after locking horns with the military, was convicted and sentenced on various charges this election season. First up, conviction and 10 years in jail for both Khan and his deputy SM Qureshi for disclosing official secrets. In another case, a 14-year jail term for Khan and his wife Bushra Bibi in the Tosha Khana case for siphoning off foreign gifts from the state treasury. If these were not enough, a court ruled Khan and his wife Bibi's 2018 marriage illegal and sentenced them to 7 years in prison. Barred from running in the 2024 Pakistan elections, Imran's party is defiant during the election campaign. But that said, no Prime Minister, including Imran Khan, has ever completed a full 5-year tenure in Pakistan's 77-year-long history. Let's rewind to the year 1947 and take a look at Pakistan's Prime Ministers whose tenures ended prematurely. In 1947, after Pakistan became independent, its founding father, or Quaid-e-Azam as he was called, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, took charge as the Governor-General of the newly formed nation. He maintained a powerful central government under his authority. When Jinnah died in 1948, Khwaja Nazimuddin became the Governor-General, but the real power vested with Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan. A leader of the Pakistan movement, the Muslim League leader and finance minister was appointed the first Prime Minister of the country in 1947 by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. After completing 4 years and 63 days since assuming office on August 14th, Pakistan's first Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan was assassinated on the 6th of October 1951 while addressing a rally at Rawalpindi's Company Bagh. After the death of Pakistan's first Prime Minister, Khwaja Nazimuddin, the then Governor-General, was asked to take over the post of Premier. He lasted just 1 year and 182 days until April 7, 1953. Before Governor-General Ghulam Muhammad dismissed him on grounds of being unable to control the widespread anti-Ahmadiyya riots and agitations in Lahore and East Pakistan. Nazimuddin was removed despite enjoying the confidence of the parliament. Many historians believe it was this removal that began the unhealthy tradition of removing elected governments in Pakistan. On the 17th of April 1953, Governor-General Ghulam Muhammad appointed Muhammad Ali Bogra as the next Prime Minister, after Iskandar Mirza had replaced the ailing Ghulam Muhammad as President. Bogra, a diplomat, had reportedly shaped Pakistan's close ties with the United States. Bogra's tenure ended when he was forced to resign on the 11th of August 1955. Next came Chaudhry Muhammad Ali in 1956, who helped Pakistan frame its constitution. Internal differences in the governing party led to his removal on the 12th of September 1956, ending his term in 1 year and 31 days. Chaudhry was followed by Suhrawardi from the Awami League. Suhrawardi assumed power at a time when Pakistan saw widespread violence and coups. But his luck as the Prime Minister ran out after he was forced to resign in 1957 before being arrested when the military coup began in 1958. One of the shortest-serving PMs of Pakistan, Chandrigar, was asked to serve as Prime Minister in October 1957. Barely 2 months later, he lost the confidence of his party and coalition partners and resigned on 16th of December 1957. Next came Feroz Khan Noon, who took office on the 16th of December 1957. He was dismissed after martial law was imposed in Pakistan a year later. Noon's tenure lasted less than 10 months. Towards the end of the Bangladesh Liberation War, General Yahya Khan appointed Nurul Amin, a politician from East Pakistan, as the Prime Minister on the 7th of December 1971. Yahya Khan himself had to resign after Pakistan lost the war against India and lost East Pakistan. Amin was also asked to leave. He'd been Prime Minister for just 13 days.
This man.
Next came Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. After the 1971 war, Zulfikar Bhutto was sworn in as the President of Pakistan on the 20th of December. With his presidency, Bhutto got control of the military. After this, Bhutto went on to become the Prime Minister of Pakistan in 1973. He's considered the architect of the Pakistani Constitution of 1973. In 1977, the military led by General Zia-ul Haq staged a military coup, and Bhutto was eventually jailed and executed. Muhammad Khan Junejo took office in March 1985, but he was dismissed in 1988 by the military chief Zia, who was also the president at the time. Junejo had managed to survive for 3 years and 2 months. It was then that the daughter of former Premier Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Benazir Bhutto, took over as the first woman Prime Minister of Pakistan in 1988. Her government was dismissed in 1990 on charges of corruption. Bhutto's tenure lasted 1 year and 8 months. Effectively, the longest-serving Prime Minister of Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif, became the 12th PM after winning the election in 1990. His government was also dismissed on charges similar to Bhutto in 1993. Sharif got the decision overturned by the courts a few weeks later and returned to office, but resigned again after differences with the military. He stayed in power for 2 years and 7 months. Benazir Bhutto returned to power for her second tenure in 1993. She oversaw economic privatization and attempts to advance women's rights. She was dismissed by the president once again on charges of misgovernance on November 5, 1996. This time, Bhutto had been in power for a little more than 3 years. Sharif returned for his second non-consecutive term after winning a mandate in the February 1997 elections. He remained in power for less than 3 years before Army Chief Parvez Musharraf mounted a coup in October 1999. Mir Zafarullah Khan Jamali was elected Prime Minister during the military rule in November 2002. He resigned after differences with the military in 2004. He had served for a year and 7 months. Yusuf Raza Gilani was elected Prime Minister in 2008. Gilani had to leave office in June 2012 after the Supreme Court disqualified him for not writing to Swiss authorities to reopen corruption cases against President Asif Ali Zardari. His tenure was for 4 years and 1 month. Nawaz Sharif was elected Prime Minister for a third time on June 5, 2013. In 2017, the Supreme Court of Pakistan dismissed him on charges of concealing assets. He served as PM in this term for 4 years and 2 months. After Sharif was disqualified as the Prime Minister, former cricketer and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI leader Imran Khan became the Prime Minister in a coalition government. Amid much fanfare in the 2018 elections, relatively stable, Khan's tenure soon began to unwind. a dispute with the military over its leadership appeared to cost him its support. Khan was voted out of power by a no-confidence vote in 2022. In April 2022, Shehbaz Sharif, the younger brother of Nawaz Sharif, succeeded Imran Khan as the Prime Minister. With his brother in self-exile in London, he led the party, the Pakistan Muslim League, and became Premier when a no-confidence vote in Parliament ousted Khan from power. Sharif stepped down when Parliament was dissolved last August and a caretaker Prime Minister took over until the election. Cut to 2024. Pakistan is holding elections for a new parliament. And the new parliament will choose the country's next Prime Minister. Not less than 44 political parties are in the race. But with Imran Khan behind bars and banned from contesting the elections, there seem to be very few contenders for the post of Premier. In a country where civilian governments have been upended by military takeovers, where the army has ruled the nation for half of its years of independence, it would be important to see if the next elected Prime Minister in Pakistan can get the country back on track and make it to the finish line of a full 5-year term.